drive by the gas stations here in Sergeant Bluff and see that gas is about $3.50 per gallon, you probably think that's a little bit high. But why does that number seem so high, and what are we actually paying for? Well, actually, we pay for the gallon of gas, which eventually ends up as 19 pounds of carbon dioxide entering our environment. That means that on average, only one car causes 11,740 pounds of carbon dioxide gas a year. And then we wonder why pollution and global warming is such a problem in our world today. Now, some of you are probably thinking, yeah, that's really bad, but what do you want me to do about it? I have to get to and from school and work. And that's true, but after my research, I found that there are things that we can do to reduce pollution, such as fuel alternatives and investing in environmentally friendly cars. So what should you consider when you're looking to buy an eco-friendly car or looking to switch to a fuel alternative? One thing to consider is the amount of pollution that is being created by non-eco-friendly vehicles that use petroleum, gas, and diesel to fuel them. Because of this, our planet's environment is being broken down through the process of global warming. Along with destroying the planet, the pollutions that are being emitted into our environment are causing health issues. According to our everyday Earth, pollutants that cars give off, such as carbon dioxide and sulfur, have created problems for people who have asthma, allergies, other respiratory disorders, and some forms of cancer. Another problem with non-eco-friendly cars and fuels is the cost. Lastly, people should consider using renewable resources rather than non-renewable resources such as gasoline. Because of these considerations, people have started to realize that using fuel alternatives is good for the environment and for the human race. People have many choices when it comes to fuel alternatives. One option is biodiesel. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, it reduces carbon dioxide emissions by 15%. The U.S. Department of Energy also states it is biodegradable because it is made from renewable resources such as vegetable oil, animal fats, or recycled restaurant grease. It would be an easy transition for people who already use diesel because it can be used in fuel compression ignition engines, just like petroleum diesel. Another choice people have is to use ethanol. Ethanol is made from corn, trees, and grasses. So it is no coincidence that it is the cheapest throughout the Midwest. Taking in consideration all the benefits, studies estimated that biofuels could replace 30% or more of gas by 2030. This estimate could become a reality sooner if people check to see if their car was considered a flexible fuel vehicle. Also, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, there are more than 8 million cars on the road today that are flexible fuel vehicles, but the owners just don't know it. A third option is to consider using hydrogen. It is the most abundant element on planet Earth, and this type of alternative fuel emission is free, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. With the only emission being water, research is underway to make hydrogen more practical and widespread. Another fuel alternative would be with natural gas. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, 1/4 of the energy used in the U.S. is provided by natural gas, but only 1/10 of 1% is being used for transport energy. It is low priced and likely available. Plus, using natural gas causes 20 to 45% less smog, producing pollutants. Lastly, people have the option of using electricity. Perks to using electricity is that there are no emissions, it's cost effective, and cars are rechargeable. With electric cars, there isn't the hassle of going to the gas station. Instead, refueling is made easy by being able to recharge at home. Not only can people charge up at home, but also at public stations, which are becoming more and more popular. They have been put up at shopping centers, hospitals, libraries, and businesses. These public stations provide people with confidence, range, and convenience. There are also other eco-friendly cars that don't just need to be plugged in or charged. These cars, called hybrids, are cars that run on an engine using alternative fuel or regular gasoline and an electric motor which has energy stored in the battery. Also, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, they require no plug-in because it charges by braking and has an internal combustion engine. A third type of electronic car is an extended range electronic vehicle, which is just like a hybrid, only it needs to be plugged in to charge the battery. Luckily, all plug-in hybrids and EVs qualify for $2,500 to $7,500 federal tax credit. Along with the government giving a federal tax credit to those trying to help the environment, Obama has a proposal that reduced sulfur by 2/3 and put pollution limits on new vehicles by 2017. According to Juliet Elperlin, a writer for the Washington Post, it is estimated that these regulations can cut smog-forming ozone and pollution by 70 to 80%. As for electric vehicles in the future, more and more will appear with even better upgrades than the last. Car manufacturers aren't giving up because of few buyers. Toyota, the company that created the Prius, which is the most successful green car according to Reuters Media, is working on an electric small SUV. And according to Mother Earth News, the luxury car brand Fisker just got a loan to start developing plug-in hybrid sports cars. Overall, everyone is aboard with creating eco-friendly cars, even manufacturers that haven't had the best success in the past, according to the New York Times. If they believe that hybrids and EVs are the way to go, then as consumers we should support them. Not only should we support them because we approve of their business, but also because it's the right thing to do to save our planet as well as our money. So after listening to the advantages of alternative fuels and eco-friendly cars, I hope to see you trying to use alternative fuels and convincing friends and family members that the next time they are in the market for a car, they should consider hybrids and EVs. I hope to see an increase in demand for these cars and alternative fuels because I hope that the chief executive of Nissan, Carlos, was right when he said zero emissions are here to stay.